The story begins with a secret hidden even from Superman himself. A weakness buried so deep that not even the Kryptonian mind, forged under alien suns and sharpened through endless battles, has ever sensed it. And yet, it waits, quiet, patient, and growing stronger every single day. Before we dive deep into this unfolding mystery, remember to subscribe to Genesis Vault. This world of secrets, multiverses, and hidden truths is only the beginning. For years, the people of Earth believed the Man of Steel was unbreakable. Bullets bounced off him. Explosions swallowed him. Even the nightmares of gods and monsters failed to cripple him for long. They believed he was perfect, untouchable, eternal. But perfection has a cost. And Krypton, even in its death, never stopped demanding payment. It started quietly, barely noticeable, a flicker in the edge of his vision, a sound without a source, an emotion stirring where it didn't belong. Superman first noticed it during a rescue mission in Metropolis. A collapsing monorail, sparks raining down, people screaming. He flew in with the speed of a falling star, lifted the rail, and carried it safely to the nearest platform. Everything was under control, but then a tremor. Not in the ground, not in the wreckage, inside him. A sudden, sharp pulse behind his eyes, almost like a memory trying to break free. He brushed it off. Fatigue, he thought. Even he needed rest sometimes. But the pulse came again the next night. Then again, and again. Soon it wasn't just a pulse. It was a presence, a quiet whisper in the back of his mind. Something that felt familiar. It spoke in a language he didn't recognize. A language that wasn't from Earth. Yet somehow, each syllable carried the force of home. As if echoing from the ashes of Krypton itself. Superman tried everything. Meditation. Isolation. Even flying past the atmosphere until Earth was nothing more than a glowing blue memory. Still, the whisper followed. Persistent. Growing. Shaping itself into something more defined. When he returned to the Fortress of Solitude, he activated the ancient consoles, Kryptonian technology older than human civilization. Crystalline interfaces lit the chamber with cold blue light. Search internal anomalies, he commanded. The fortress complied. A soft hum vibrated through the walls. And then, a result. A single line of Kryptonian script. One word glowing brighter than all the others. Spectre Gene. Superman frowned. He had never heard of it. Not from Jor-El. Not from any database. Not from any enemy who had ever claimed to know the secrets of his origin. He accessed deeper layers. Hidden archives. Encrypted segments only open to direct bloodline. More text appeared. Old. Fragmented. Incomplete. The Spectre gene was a dormant biological echo, one that existed in only a fraction of Kryptonians. A mutation. A rare one. An undesired one. Jor-El had attempted to study it. He had even tried to map it. But records ended abruptly, almost violently, as if someone intervened. Superman zoomed into the last intact data entry. A heartbeat, a hormone spike, a surge of neural energy. Then a warning. Not just a warning, a desperate plea. If awakened, it will not serve you. It will consume you. Superman stepped back. The whisper in his head sharpened, aligning perfectly with the words on the console. It wasn't a memory trying to surface. It was a force trying to break free. Over the next days, the presence grew bolder. It influenced his dreams, turning them into visions of Krypton, but twisted, dark, burning, and full of figures with glowing eyes watching him from the ruins. He saw his father, his mother, the council, all silent, all staring, as if waiting for something to awaken inside him. Then the visions turned real. Not just dreams, hallucinations slipping into moments of wakefulness. Superman would be mid-flight above Metropolis, and suddenly the sky around him would shift into a Kryptonian wasteland. His skin would crawl with heat, the air would shake, and always the same figure standing behind him, tall, shadowed, shaped like him, but wrong. Always wrong. He increased his time in the fortress. He removed himself from the public eye. He isolated his missions to emergencies only, something Batman noticed immediately. One night, as the Arctic winds howled across the fortress exterior, the comlink activated. "Clark," Batman said, "what's happening to you?" Superman didn't answer at first. He stared at the console screen, at the word Spectre repeating endlessly, almost pulsing, almost alive. "I'm not sure," Superman finally said. "Then let me help." "You can't. You don't know that." Superman turned to the monitor. His eyes, usually bright, steady, filled with purpose, carried an unfamiliar weight. "There's something in me, Bruce," he said. "Something Kryptonian. Something no one on Earth can understand." Batman's expression didn't change, but his voice dropped lower. "That's exactly why you need help." Superman shook his head. "No. If this is what I think it is, if this is what Jor-El tried to hide, I can't risk bringing anyone into it." He shut the connection. For the first time in his life, Superman felt something colder than the Arctic wind outside. Fear. Because the whisper wasn't just a whisper anymore. Spoke now. Clearly. Confidently. In a voice that sounded exactly like him. Later that night, as he stood alone inside the fortress, the walls trembled. The crystals around him dimmed. The air shifted. The presence inside him surged. And Superman fell to one knee, clutching his head. The voice spoke. "Kal-El, do you finally hear me?" Superman's eyes widened. The Spectre gene wasn't a mutation. It wasn't a dormant biological echo. It was a being. A Kryptonian construct older than the House of El. A living shadow bound to certain bloodlines. A second consciousness designed to activate only under specific conditions. And now it was awake. The fortress lights flickered. The crystals cracked. A pulse of energy exploded through the chamber. Superman gasped as a silhouette pulled itself out of his shadow, forming, taking shape, solidifying. It was him, perfect mirror. But its eyes glowed with a cold red light, pulsing like a heartbeat. The being smiled. "I am everything Krypton never wanted you to become." Superman stepped back. His double stepped forward. "And I am your one weakness, Kal-El." The Arctic winds grew louder. The crystals shattered. The figure leaned closer. "Because I was born inside you." And then everything went dark. Darkness wrapped around Superman like a living veil. Weightless, silent, endless. He didn't remember falling. He didn't remember the moment his double tore itself free. Only that strange, heavy emptiness, like something had been ripped from his soul. Then a breath, a pulse, a voice echoing across the void. "Wake up, Kal-El." Superman's eyes opened. He wasn't in the fortress. He wasn't in Metropolis. He wasn't anywhere on Earth. He was floating in the ruins of Krypton, or at least, a memory of it. Red skies, broken towers, heat lingering like a dying star, ash drifting through the air in slow, ghostly spirals. But the ruins didn't feel abandoned. They felt alive, waiting. Superman touched the cracked soil beneath him. It vibrated, steady, rhythmic, like the heartbeat of a world refusing to die. Then he saw it. A figure standing among the debris, glowing with a dim red aura. His perfect mirror. His living shadow. The voice that had whispered to him for months. The Spectre. And now fully free. Superman took a step forward. "So this is what you are." The mirror smiled, its eyes burning like dying suns. "I am what Krypton made and what Krypton hid. A guardian. Failsafe. A blade forged for one purpose." Superman lowered his voice. "To protect Krypton?" "No," the Spectre whispered. "To survive Krypton." The ground trembled beneath them. The red skies pulsed brighter. The aura around the Spectre strengthened, fed by the phantom world around them. Superman clenched his fists. "This place isn't real." "It's real enough," the Spectre said, spreading its arms. This is the Kryptonian memory plane, a sanctuary encoded inside your cells the moment you were born. Prison for me. A warning for you. Superman felt the atmosphere pressing against him, familiar yet hostile. Every breath stirred echoes of voices, Jor-El, Lara, the Council, speaking in tones he tried not to understand. So what do you want? Superman asked. The Spectre took a single step forward, and the temperature spiked. I want what you already have, it said softly. Freedom, identity, purpose. Superman narrowed his eyes. You want a body. I want my body, the Spectre corrected, tapping its chest. The one your father locked me inside. The one your cells nurtured. The one your mind unknowingly strengthened. I grew as you grew. I evolved with you. And now, after all these years, I am ready. Superman steadied himself. Ready for what? The Spectre's eyes glowed brighter. Ready to replace you. The ruins around them erupted into violent light. Towers shattered. Ground split. The echo of Krypton roared like a living beast. Superman braced himself as the Spectre charged, moving with impossible speed. Faster than a heartbeat. Faster than thought. Their fists collided. A shockwave tore through the memory world, shaking the broken landscape apart. Superman staggered backward. The Spectre didn't. The smile widened. You feel that, Kal-El? This world obeys me. I draw strength from Krypton's echo. But you're weaker here. Superman grit his teeth. It was true. The red sky, the heavy air, the radiation pulsing from phantom crystal fragments. This world was designed for one purpose, to keep him powerless. The Spectre blurred and appeared behind him. A hand slammed Superman into the cracked ground. Dust exploded around him. Pain surged across his back, a sensation he wasn't used to. The Spectre leaned close. You spent your life under the yellow sun, becoming a symbol of hope for a world that wasn't yours. You became their guardian, their hero, their savior. His voice darkened. But I was made for Krypton, and Krypton never valued outsiders. Superman pushed upward, teeth clenched. You're not Krypton. The Spectre tilted its head. I am the part of Krypton that wasn't meant to die. Superman rose slowly, cracks forming beneath his feet. The ruins pulsed with reddish energy, responding to the Spectre's growing power. You're wrong, Superman said. Krypton wasn't perfect. It had flaws. It had mistakes. But it also had hope, heart, compassion. Things you'll never understand. The Spectre narrowed its glowing eyes. You think compassion makes you strong? Superman stepped forward. I know it does. The Spectre lunged again, but Superman met it head-on this time. The impact tore waves through the memory plane. The shattered sky flickered like breaking glass. The Spectre scowled. You shouldn't be this strong here. Superman's eyes glowed bright blue. You forget something. His voice dropped lower. Krypton is part of me too. The Spectre hesitated just long enough. Superman grabbed its wrist, twisted, and hurled the entity across the broken landscape. The ruins split apart under the Spectre's landing. For the first time, the mirror staggered. Superman floated upward, fists clenched. I won't let you take my life. I won't let you take my world. The Spectre rose slowly, cracks glowing along its arms like molten lines. You can't stop me, Kal-El. I am your shadow, your unclaimed destiny, your unfinished evolution. It raised its hands. The sky tore open behind it. A vortex of red energy spiraled outward, pulling in fragments of Krypton's memory. When I step through this rift, I will wear your face, your voice, your strength. Earth will never know the difference. Superman's heart jolted. The Spectre was going to escape, to replace him, to erase him. Superman shot forward with a thunderous crack, but the Spectre anticipated it. A wall of red energy slammed into him, sending him crashing through the remnants of a crystalline tower. The Spectre floated above him. Goodbye, Kal-El. Superman looked up, breathing hard. The vortex widened, Reality split. Earth was on the other side. Lois, the League, humanity, everyone he loved. He pushed himself free of the rubble. Not fast enough. The specter stepped into the rift, half its body already in transition. Superman summoned every last ounce of his strength. Not Yellow Sun strength, not Earth-forged hope, but Kryptonian will, ancient, stubborn, unbreakable. He grabbed the specter's arm before it could pass through fully. "You're not leaving," he growled. The specter twisted, snarling. "You can't hold me here." Superman tightened his grip. "I'm not holding you." His voice turned calm, steady, resolute. "I'm ending you." He pulled the specter back into the memory plane and slammed his other hand onto the entity's chest. Energy crackled. The red aura flickered. "Kal-El, don't." Superman closed his eyes. "This is my body, my life, my world, not yours." And he forced the specter back into himself. The memory plane screamed. Light exploded. The ruins collapsed inward. The sky shattered. In a single, blinding flash, Krypton's echo was gone. Superman gasped and opened his eyes. He was back in the fortress. Alone. Exhausted. But whole. The whisper in his mind was silent. The weakness he never knew he had become a strength he chose to control. He walked to the main console, placed a hand on the crystalline surface, and let out a long breath. "Krypton," he whispered, "I will honor you, but I won't be defined by your ghosts." Outside, the Arctic winds carried the quiet sound of a new beginning. Subscribe to Genesis Vault for more stories uncovering the hidden truths of heroes, villains, and the worlds behind them.